Graduates, you may be seated. Good evening. My name is Patrick Adams, and I am principal of Roseville High School, and it is my honor, on behalf of the school board, faculty, and staff, to welcome you to Roseville High School's 93rd commencement ceremony for the class of 2019. At this time, I would ask that we all rise. Gentlemen, please remove your hats and face the flag that is on the stage to your right as our Roseville High School band plays our national anthem. Thank you, Mr. Cheshire and our band. A brief note as we begin. Tonight, I would like you to please keep in mind that this evening's event is a ceremony. In keeping with the dignity required of all ceremonies, we ask that respect is practiced throughout the event. It is indeed an emotional moment when your child walks across this stage. So we ask that you give consideration to the family of the child who walks across the stage immediately after your child. Please keep in mind that they too need to have a special moment when their child's name is announced. We thank you in advance. Before our first introduction, I would like to offer thanks to those who made this event possible. To our Board of Education, thank you for securing this beautiful venue for our ceremony. To the staff at Bethesda for being so accommodating. To Mrs. Dana Eckhout and Mr. Dennis Borzi for all of the organizing. To Mr. Cheshire and Ms. Collins for their direction of our beautiful music tonight. And to the junior class, top 10, who are serving as our honor guard tonight. Thank you all for your collective efforts. At this time, it is my honor to introduce our valedictorian and our salutatorian. First, our salutatorian. Roseville High School's salutatorian for 2019 is Evan Mortier. Evan earned a grade point average of 4.277. He is the son of Beth and Bob Mortier. He has been an active member of the Robotics Club, earning top honors in multiple competitions. He is also a member of the French Club and French Honor Society. Evan worked as a link leader, helping freshman students transition successfully to the high school. Evan's academic honors include being the Macomb Daily Student of the Week, a recipient of a Merit Scholarship, the Presidential Award, and the prestigious Wolverine Scholarship, as well as being named Roseville High School's MAC All-Academic Student. Evan plans to attend Kettering University to pursue a dual major in computer science and electrical engineering. It is my honor to introduce our salutatorian, Evan Mortier.
Hello? All right, we all good. Good evening, graduates, faculty, parents, whatever my sister is up there. I want to preface this speech by reassuring you, it won't be too long. You ask any of my English teachers from the past 4 years, they'll tell you my essays were always too short anyways. So, if you don't know my name or happen to not show up for awards night when I repeated it multiple times, my name is Evan Mortier. I wanted to make this speech about the most important thing I learned in high school. No, it's not how to procrastinate effectively, that's a solid number 2. No, the most important thing I learned in high school is how to build relationships. My fellow graduates may be wondering, how are you, the guy who never goes on social media or any of the after-school social events, going to be talking about how to build relationships? Well, while intelligence is a matter of what you've gotten right, wisdom is a matter of what you've gotten wrong. And I would like to say that I have quite a bit of wisdom on the subject, because I've gotten a lot wrong when it comes to that. I didn't value people around me and the wisdom they can bestow to me, so as a way of making up for the lack of wisdom I personally received, I want to share with you the wisdom I found within myself. I've learned over the past 4 years that life is like a sailing ship. The vast ocean of life can be an evening storm or a morning still. The importance of relationships lies within that ship's crew. A one-man crew has a far harder time sailing turbulent waters than that of a large one. That's one important facet of relationships. We need each other to get through those times of trouble. Some would call it a friendship. I'm sorry. The crew on that ship will also change over time. People walk in and out of our lives. It's part of growing up. In fact, something that we're experiencing today. Nothing will change the time, however, that we've had. While people may leave, history will always stay put on the vessel of our lives. The final facet of importance of relationships belongs to the idea of growth. Those swirling seas aren't going to be sailed on by a small dinghy. No, as more people join that ship, the ship itself will have to grow. This is an overlooked importance of relationships, the growth of oneself. As we are exposed to new people and ideas, we must challenge our existing ones in order to grow. Now, some may disagree. I'm going to recount something that my sister's old boyfriend told me years back before I came to high school, and it stuck with me. He told me, "Don't worry about making friends in high school. You won't see them when you graduate." Now, this premise can be easily applied to all stages of life, college, the workforce, retirement, etc. However, I bring this up not as an apparent truth, but an obvious lie. People, including me at one point, get so self-absorbed in this idea that building relationships and achieving success is a balancing act. The more I hang out with friends or go to after-school activities means the less I can spend time studying or working for money. However, this is a false dilemma. As a wise man once told me, who happens to be in the audience tonight, success isn't a measure of what you have, but a measure of who you have. And graduates, if I've learned anything in these past 4 years, is that it makes us pretty damn successful already. Thank you.
Thank you, Evan. May I have the members of the symphonic choir come up to the stage for the musical interlude.
stop your crying, it will be alright. Just take my hand, hold it tight. I will protect you from all around you. I will be here, don't you cry. For one so small, you seem so strong. My arms will hold you, keep you safe and warm. This bond between us can't be broken. I will be here, don't you cry. 'Cause you'll be in my heart. Yes, you'll be in my heart. From this day on, now and forevermore. You'll be in my heart, no matter what they say. You'll be here in my heart, always. Why can't they understand the way we feel? They just don't trust what they can't explain. I know we're different, but deep inside us, we're not that different at all. 'Cause you'll be in my heart. Yes, you'll be in my heart. From this day on, now and forevermore. Don't listen to them, 'cause what do they know? What do they know? Each other to have to hold, they'll see in time. I know. When destiny calls you, you must be strong. Gotta be strong. They may not be with you, but you've got to hold on. They'll see in time. I know. We'll show them together, 'cause you'll be in my heart. You'll be in my heart. I'll be there from this day on, now and forevermore. You'll be in my heart, no matter what they say. I'll be with you here in my heart. I'll be there always. Always. I'll be with you. Well, I'll be there for you always. Always and always. Just look over your shoulder. Just look over your shoulder. Just look over your shoulder. I'll be
Thank you for that beautiful music. Next, our valedictorian. Our valedictorian for 2019 is Natalie Terry Martin. Natalie earned a 4.297 grade point average, the highest in her class. She is the daughter of Sandra Terry Martin and Matthew Martin. During her years here at Roseville High School, Natalie received All A Honor Roll recognition, the Presidential Award, National Honor Society status, and was selected as Channel 7's Brightest and Best. Natalie is president of the senior class, a student assembly class rep, a 4-year member of the color guard and marching band, and has been on the varsity softball and volleyball teams all 4 years. She earned the 2016-17 AAU Scholar Athlete Award for volleyball and is a member of our student athlete leadership team. Natalie volunteers at Gleaner's Food Bank and tutors students at Detroit Merit Charter Academy. In the fall, Natalie will attend Michigan State and will pursue a degree in biology and pre-med. It is my honor to introduce Roseville High School's valedictorian for 2019, Natalie Terry Martin.
Good evening, families, staff, board members, and most of all, fellow graduates. 6 years ago, in Miss Marciniak's 6th grade class, we had an assignment. The assignment was to write a letter to our future selves that would be mailed to us as seniors in high school. I wrote about wanting to be cool and popular and a whole bunch of nonsense about wanting to go to U of M Law School. But most importantly, I wrote that I wanted to graduate from Roseville High School as the valedictorian. Valedictorian spelled V-A-L-L-I-D-I-C-T-O-R-A-N. I didn't realize it then, but I clearly still had a lot to learn. Anyways, I'm getting a little ahead of myself. To get the full story, we'll have to go back to the Tuesday after Labor Day weekend, fall 2006, where it all began. Walking into Fountain Elementary School for the first time in my life, I felt a lot of different emotions. Like most of us on our first day of school, with our brand new shiny backpacks, an unsharpened pack of pencils, and box of Crayola crayons, I was a mix of scared, happy, and anxious. But most of all, I was excited. How naive was I? For the first time in my life, I was leaving my parents behind and getting my first taste at life on my own, and it was amazing. That wasn't until the day we searched the school for the gingerbread man, and I projectile vomited all over our brand new carpet, the bathroom, and the garbage can. Vomiting aside, for the next 6 years, I truly enjoyed going to school. This is where I met many of my good friends I still have to this day. In fact, I distinctly remember one day in 4th grade when I was saving a seat for my best friend Ashley Jaworski, and this super feisty new girl that I had never seen before sat directly in that seat. When I confronted her, she said something along the lines of, "Well, I'm sitting here now, and..." Those of you that know Michaela Sumrall know she carries that same attitude to this day, and that's why we remain such good friends. Every day I got to spend with my friends, working on projects in Project Challenge, playing kickball at recess, portraying Ebenezer Scrooge in the school play, but above all else, learning. Elementary school sparked my intense desire and yearning for obtaining new knowledge and knowing everything I possibly could about everything. Middle school was a real slap in the face. All of a sudden, I wasn't in the same classes all day long with the same kids and the same teacher, which was really scary. And on top of that, everyone was changing, physically and mentally, which made middle school one of the most awkward times of growing up. You all know what I mean. One word comes to mind when thinking of my time at Eastland Middle School: cringy. My partner in cringe, Avery Bouchard, and I spent endless hours reading One Direction fan fiction, making hilarious vines, and coordinating our outfits. As my 8th grade algebra teacher, Mr. Ann, would say, the difference between elementary and middle school was you picked your own classes, and they were much harder. This is where we started to figure out what we like to learn, or in valedictorian speak, we began forging our academic paths. As soon as I got my footing and found my place in middle school, it was over. Just like that, I was back at the bottom of the food chain. We all were. Finding my place in high school was a lot easier than it was in middle school, because I was one of the lucky ones who had an older sibling already in high school who knew exactly what and what not to do to succeed. My sister Alex really helped guide me through my first 2 years, and she's the one that made me try out for volleyball and do student assembly and basically just get involved in the school community. I'm also really glad that when teachers asked if I was related to Alex Terry Martin, they were happy about it and not concerned. So thank you, Alex, for inspiring me to give everything 110%. After all, we'll sleep when we're dead, right? Every year, the first 2 months of school were a complete and total blur, and I have absolutely no idea how I got everything that I needed to done. Specifically, I remember one time physically running as fast as I possibly could with my 2 friends, Maya Newberry and Joelle Stump, from our volleyball scrimmage directly onto the football field to march our field show, then directly from the field to the bathrooms to change into our neon wear to try our very hardest to get the student section going, which you can all probably guess how that went. And then directly from the game right to Haley's garage to put our finishing touches on the float for the homecoming parade the next day. Oh, and somehow fitting in homework too. As insane as all of that was, literally not having a moment to breathe was my favorite part of high school. There are some honorable mentions though. For instance, senior year band camp when we stayed up until 3 a.m. setting up our elaborate pranks just to be told it was a fire hazard and we had to take them all down before we could go to bed for the night to be up at 7 a.m. for field practice. Or of course that same year when Cody hit the splits to Brittany at the Gong Show. Or junior year at the float parties when my grandpa's psychopath neighbor started pointing lasers at us and screaming obscenities for us to turn the music down. Or sophomore year when we went to Cedar Point for physics and we all copied each other's answers from the worksheet on the bus ride home. Sorry, Mr. Zimmer, but was the worksheet necessary? Or finally, freshman year, when we all woke up at 5 a.m. to go to that pep assembly before school that was featured on Channel 4 News and had to stay up all day and night to go to the football game after school. I'm sure we all have our own different memories from high school that we know we will remember for the rest of our lives, good or bad. But after all, it's time to move on and make some new ones. Before I wrap this thing up, I just wanted to take a moment to thank some very special people who made it possible for me to make these memories, my parents. Whether it was a volleyball or softball game, marching band show, or whatever else, one thing I could always count on was seeing and hearing my wonderful parents in the crowd supporting me. Rain or shine, day or night, my parents have always been there to fall back on for support, no matter the situation. You guys truly put mine and Alex's happiness above all else, and I know that hasn't been an easy task. We're kind of a lot to handle. I know we don't say it nearly enough, so thank you. Everything I am and ever will be is because you two took the time to shape me into the person that I am today. I have had dozens of amazing teachers in my life, but you are by far my favorites. Oh, and by the way, Roseville High School, class of 1991 salutatorian, aka my mom. Now the family finally has their number one. When I opened up the letter from my former self, I was instantly transported back to the little girl in Miss Marciniak's classroom with big hopes and aspirations for her future. At that point, being valedictorian of my senior class was nothing but a dream. But through hard work, many sleepless nights, and sheer grit, I did it. Everything worth having in life starts with a dream, but it's what you do to make that dream a reality that matters. Eleanor Roosevelt once said, "The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams." Class of 2019, dream big, believe, work hard, and make your dreams come true. Thank you.
Thank you, Natalie. At this time, I would invite members of the band, senior members of the band, to come to the stage for the musical interlude. Great job, band. Before I present the class of 2019 to Mrs. Teresa Janae, our school board president, I'd like to offer a few comments to our graduates, okay? Graduates, this ceremony tonight will probably be the last time you'll be all together in one place. After tonight, you will go your separate ways. Some will go to work, some will go to school, some far away, and some will stay right here at home sweet home. So with that in mind, I'd like you to think for 1 minute about 10 years from now. Think about what you'll look like, what you'll be doing, who your friends will be. Your fashion might be a little different. You probably don't know what car you're going to drive or what type. You even might be living in a different city. You see, a unique thing about high school is that some things stick with you through the years. So in those 10 years from now, it'll be with you. Certain memories never go away. And most times, those things are just small things that are unique to you. But what is consistent with everybody in this room is that we hold certain things about high school close to our heart. There's certain moments and memories that will always be there. And as a principal, it's no different. There are small moments that will make your class distinct in my memory. Whether it's fist bumping Duran in the hallway, or watching Nakeem run to class again, or that day Rhonda Walker showed up, showcasing Kaylin's remarkable talents, or the hoop season Darian, Lizelle, John, and Deshaun brought us. Yeah. Or even listening to Michaela and Maya talk over each other in our student assembly meetings. But maybe the most special memory of all are Kevin Mitchell's hugs. But all of those are what make you unique in my mind. So each of you will have your set of memories that rest in your heart. And I encourage you to look at these moments and recognize what is similar in many of those. Like mine, there are probably moments where you're connecting with others, right? You're doing right by others, or in some way serving the needs of others. I hope that on some distant day, graduates, you understand that your moments live on because there's a fundamental lesson in each of them. Be kind, be nice, have fun, and look to serve others first. If you remember these things, your moments will have served their purpose. So, congratulations, class of 2019. I am proud to have served as your principal. Mrs. Janae, these students have fulfilled all of the requirements to graduate from Roseville Community Schools. I proudly present to you the class of 2019.
I'd like you to give another round of applause to the beautiful choir and band tonight. They did a fabulous job. Now, good evening, everyone. I would like to begin by introducing our Board of Education, and please hold your applause until the end. Vice President Kevin Switnowski, Secretary Joe DeFelice, Treasurer Matt McCartney, and Trustees Alfredo Francisconi, Ruth Green, and Mike Anderson. On behalf of myself and this Board of Education, I would like to congratulate all the graduates and especially thank the parents, grandparents, family, and friends here tonight. Thank you for sharing your students with us. We appreciate all your support and patience with the progress we're making on the bond projects. The band instruments look beautiful and the sound fantastic thanks to the students. And I don't want to forget to mention the computer upgrades and our beautiful state-of-the-art stadium ready to be played on 2019 and 20 season. Well, class of 2019, you did it. You finally made it to this night, and we're proud of all your individual accomplishments as well as your team accomplishments. As board members, we visit other schools throughout Macomb County, and none of them have anything on Roseville High School. You've helped and changed this year. Go Panthers! I'm so tall, it's hard for me to see this writing. I feel like I'm getting a nosebleed. I found out that your class song was Wherever I Go by Hannah Montana, and I won't lie, I had to look it up on YouTube to find the words. But I want to share some of the lyrics with everyone. Here we are now, everything is about to change. We face tomorrow as we say goodbye to yesterday. A chapter ending, but the story's only just begun. A page is turning for everyone. Class of 2019, we're glad you're moving on, letting go, holding on to tomorrow, but you'll always have the memories while you're here trying to find out what you're going to do. You'll always have each other. So Dr. Adams, it's my honor and great privilege on behalf of this Board of Education to accept the 2019 graduating class of Roseville High School. They have successfully met the requirements set forth by the state of Michigan and Roseville Community Schools. It is now my pleasure to introduce our superintendent, who for the past 52 years have served Roseville schools, 20 years teaching and 32 years as our superintendent and a true pillar of our community. He has decided to retire as of July 31st of this year. He will be greatly missed. Please stand and help me congratulate Mr. John Commencement. I don't think you need my stool.
I don't think so. Thank you. I want to start by thanking Teresa for the welcome. This is not my night, though. This is your night, seniors, and I want to start by congratulating you. You're what's going to make America great, and we are very, very proud. And as proud as I am, I'm sure your family and especially your parents are more proud. In a few minutes, the names of all the graduates will be called. This is being recorded. I have 6 kids of my own that have graduated and walked across the stage. And one of the disappointments with one of the graduates, one of my own kids, was when his name was being called, there were all kind of noise coming from the audience, and they couldn't hear I couldn't hear his name being called because it was drowned out. I ask you as parents and students to please honor what was said earlier, and we want to recognize them, we want to applaud, but please allow all the names to be said so that it can be recorded. And when you watch the tapes 10, 15 years from now of the graduation, you can hear your own son or names being called. Parents, graduates, friends, tonight is a special night to these graduating seniors, and I'm honored to be part of the graduation. No event in our society more than high school graduation means our babies are now adults. As I said, I know the feeling of graduating seniors. 6 of them. There's some joy, there's some happiness, and there's probably some relief that they're finally graduating. This whole graduation ceremony takes about 40 minutes, and I have about 5 minutes to give you a message. Actually, I want to give you 3 messages. I want to start again by congratulations. But the first of the 3 messages talks about failure. I don't think there's a person in here, including myself, that did not fail at trying to do something in their life. What happens after you fail determines so much about you and where you're going in life. If you fall and you stay down, that does not work in our world today. How quick you get up is the important part, and what you do once you get up determines in what direction you're going. There are a number of people that I'd like to give you some information about that I don't know if you knew that they failed in parts of their life, but they did. And I think you can see they have definitely turned their lives around because of failure and modifying what they did in order to succeed. Sometimes success is error-driven. You make a mistake, you correct it, and you move on, and you do it right the next time. Failure happens. No one is exempt. I guess I grew up around sports and loved sports most of my life. And I think of Michael Jackson, who was cut from his 9th grade basketball team in high school and went on and played. And we know the story on Michael Jackson. That's attitude once you fall down. Michael Jordan. As much as I love sports, let me say, well, what did I say about failure and getting up and trying again? Babe Ruth hit 714 home runs. He struck out 1,300 times in his career. That's astronomical. And what he said, every time I strike out, I'm getting closer to hitting a home run again. Attitude. Henry Ford, founder of the Ford Motor Company, went bankrupt 5 times before he was a success at Ford. Macy's, one of the largest, and at one time the largest department store in the United States, went bankrupt multi-times before he founded Macy's in New York. Attitude. Walt Disney, Disneyland, Disney World, all the Disney movies. He was fired as a cartoonist, and they told him he had no imagination. Attitude. Dr. Seuss, The Cat in the Hat, and a whole bunch of other books. The first 27 times he turned in his publication of The Cat in the Hat, 27 different publishing companies rejected him. Attitude. Did he quit? Never. Elvis Presley. Elvis Presley in his first recording studio was told by Decca Records, which was one of the largest recording companies, "Go home, boy. Go back to driving a truck because you have no talent. Attitude. I can go on. Abraham Lincoln ran for office multi times, was defeated, and became President of the United States. Attitude. Thomas Edison was told by his teachers, he's so dumb he cannot learn. Attitude. Einstein could not talk until he was 4 and could not read until he was 7. Attitude. I'll stop. I think you get the point. The second message I'd like to give you is about people. When I was in the 8th grade and I was interested in sports and girls and probably nothing else, maybe looking at fast cars, I had a teacher who became my favorite teacher all of my life. His name was Mr. Nacita, and Mr. Nacita gave us a test. The last question on the test was, name the custodian that cleans the building. I didn't answer it. Before the class ended, a student that was much smarter than me asked the teacher, is that going to count? Mr. Nacita, without hesitation, said, absolutely. It's extremely important that you recognize everybody. Everybody is important. Everybody is significant. Even if you just say hi or hello to somebody, that is one of the nicest things that you can do. Everybody is important, and remember that as you go through life. The last thing I guess I just want to share with you or talk to you about is people that helped you get here tonight. As I think back, and I'm not talking about driving me, I'm talking about people that helped me with my homework. I'm talking about people that stayed up with me when I was sick. I'm talking about people that prayed for me. I'm talking about people that dreamt for me. I'm talking about people that I don't remember but changed my diaper when I was a baby. People helped you get here tonight. Sometime tonight, give those people that helped you get here tonight a big hug and tell them that you love them. Seniors, I'm asking you to stand right now. Come on, seniors, stand up. Turn around and face the audience. I'm asking I don't know if I should have done this now, but I'm asking, will the parents please stand? All the parents stand up. Will all the grandparents stand up? Will the brothers and sisters stand up? And will anybody that helped raise these seniors please stand up? Thank you very much. Seniors, if you could grab your chairs, do not forget about giving those people a hug later on tonight. The diploma you are about to receive is conferred by a Board of Education that takes great pride in the education they provide here inside of Roseville. On behalf of the Roseville staff, administration, and of course the Board of Education, I wish each and every one of you the happiness of a great life. I wish each and every one of you to give love to your family and that your family continues to give love to you. It's graduation time. Let's get out the diplomas.
Testing.
Lost our cards.
Will the first set of graduates please rise and come forward to receive your diplomas? Natalie Ellen Terry Martin. The first diploma of the evening goes to the class valedictorian, Natalie Ellen Terry Martin. The second diploma of the evening goes to the class salutatorian, Evan Robert Mortier. Alexandria Regina Adam.
Skylar Vaughn Alexander.
Sebastian David Amara.
Titus Shakur Anderson.
Tyrone Ashley Jr.
Chelsea Ann Bocci.
Darian Banks.
Summer Diane Renee Barber.
Elijah James Barkley.
Stephen Jonathan Bartrow.
Tiana Baskin.
Logan Brandon Banky.
Rayanne Nicole Belt.
Marisha Brianna Benford.
Sabrina Rose Banut.
Madison Taylor Biska.
Jaden Alexander Bishop.
Alexander James Blaine.
Zotonia Shireen Bland.
Caprice Lachey Bogan.
Adriana Lynn Bolte.
Diario Adonis Booker.
Savannah Nicole Border.
Avery Reese Bouchard.
Sarah Maxine Boucher.
James Walter Bull Jr.
Christian Allen Branch.
Kaya Monet Brockman.
Kiera Evelyn Broner.
Carla Christina Brown.
Brandon Jovan Browning.
Jamia Carney Bryant.
Deja Ajane Busby.
Nina Micaiah Kennedy.
Nicole Cannon.
Nina Marie Caruso.
Naya Ilyasa Caslin.
Maya Quinn Chamberlain.
Mitchell Hunter Childress.
Duran Colbert.
Leah Ashley Cole.
Cordelia Cartier Coleman III.
Rashi Nigel Coleman Jr.
Madeline Elizabeth Coles.
Leija Monet Collier.
Michaela Renee Conklin.
Joanne Cook.
Nicholas Joseph Craig.
Josephine Alexa Crane.
Anthony Jeremiah Crew.
Nina Ann Cross.
Jonathan Lindsay Daffin.
Jade Alexandra Danhausen.
Hannah Rose Davis.
Jalen Lamont Davis.
Jordan Deshawn Davis.
Jordan Renard Dennis.
Matthew Ryan Dukevich.
Daniel William Eckert.
Debrea Jolena Rose Edwards.
Hannah Elizabeth Edwards.
Miera Lachey Everett.
Christopher Farley.
Alexander Douglas Fouth.
Catherine Colleen Flanagan.
Megan Maylola Ferranti.
Matthew Charles Ford.
Emily Marie Flanagan.
Keith Fortune II.
Seth Allen Foresi.
Caitlin Lee Frazier.
Delisa Janae Foster.
Christiana Nicole Fridge Smith.
Tiffany Amber Freshney.
Corey Lee Garrett.
Carlos Leeton Fullwood Jr.
Deontay Gibson.
Christine Gibson.
Autumn Rain Gibson.
Chance James Gilbert.
Julian Green.
Tiaja Sherelle Grant.
Alexis Griffin.
Samantha Ann Greisel.
Matthew Anthony Hall.
Taylor Chanel Haley.
D'Angelo Myron Harris.
Jordan Edward Hamilton.
Skylar Storm Hatcher.
Sierra Lynn Harvey.
Jacob Michael Havland.
Stavina Marnay Hatcher.
Noah Heigl.
Alante Amadi Hawkins.
Malik Henry.
Delshawn Del Rio Henderson.
Nakeem Damari Hicks Jr.
Namir Louis Hermes.
Tyra Lee Hill.
Martin Lee Douglas Hill.
Amber Louise Hook.
Haley Ann Hollingsworth.
Quasi Hunter.
Caitlin Lee Hudek.
Jordan Mia Jackson.
Sydney Chloe Iannucci Thompson.
Amanda Jean Jarrell.
Kanija Ambria Jackson.
Caleb Johnson.
Ashley Ray Jaworski.
Joy Jones.
Dylan Michael Johnson.
Lizelle Judge.
Karamaya Marie Jones.
Daniel Dean Kettles.
Andrew James Keltz.
Juliana Diamond Favors.
Harris King Khan.
Trayvana Demario Knight.
Xavier Knight.
Brooklyn Victoria Knox.
Caleb Michael Koistinen.
Joseph Komsky.
Kaylin Elaine Kowalski.
Red Lawson.
Naya Ariel Lee.
Gabriel Clayton Lewis.
Danielle Marie Liberty.
Jessica Alexa Lindsay.
Peter James Liskey III.
Sahara Dawn Littlejohn.
Rebecca Lynn Liuzzo.
Claudia Lockwood.
Maximilian Michael Lyman.
OJ Mack.
Ian Michael Major.
Kirk Manning.
Savannah Lynn Marcasani.
Aaliyah Dejanay Martin.
Angela Diane Martin.
Alex Lee Mathis Jr.
Lauren Andrea May.
Selena May.
Ambrosia Danasa McCary.
Mikkel Goodwin.
Ashlyn Ryan McCullum.
Nathan Scott McEachran.
Anaya Mayel McCaney.
David McKenzie.
Autumn Eve Means.
Terrence Mile.
Caitlin Elizabeth Michael.
Please join me in congratulating this section of graduates. Will the next set of graduates please rise and come forward to receive your diplomas?
Kevin Callan Mitchell.
Matthew Philip Mosheri Smithson.
Leah Alexandra Moore.
Brianna Moreland Davis.
Kaylee Autumn Morgan.
Maya Renee Moss.
Brian Patrick Mutual.
Jason Lee Muzzy Jr.
John Jacob Nankervis.
Cutler Lee Nardelli.
Maya Sydney Shea Newberry.
Jacob Daniel Nichols.
Selena Nikovic.
Anthony Jacob Normandin.
Caitlin Rose O'Haron.
Kaylin Joanne Olko.
Lauren Lee Orler.
Barbara Ann Owens.
Crystal Kimberly Pace.
Stephanie Denise Perry.
Serena Kim Fawn.
Ashley Ann Pekatowski.
Hayden Francis Petrikowski.
Andrew Thomas Pillsbury.
Quentin Malik Pope.
Tyler Joseph Polson.
Cameron Alexander Porche.
Terry Linnell Purnell Jr.
Austin James Queen.
Cody Scott Kiros.
Marvin Gay Ramsey Jr.
Daviana Shanidra Reed.
Brianna Lee Rinky.
Shane Julian Ricky.
Trayshawn Janelle DeSandra Richard.
Justin Timothy Allen Richards.
Okay, none. Tyreek Corrente Richardson.
Unique Vernay Robinson.
Jalen L. Robinson.
Elena Dawn Rosario.
Angelina Catherine Ruiz.
Armand Leon Russell Johnson.
Raymond Dravante Russell.
Chelsea Ellie Russell Grider.
Isaiah Thomas Jira Rutherford.
Regine Dorian Salter.
Seneca Star Salzer.
Joshua Woodrow Scaife.
Jason Lawrence Sedluck.
Tammy Jo Schulte.
Michaela Nicole Shaw.
Tanaya Gloria Shaw Richards.
Kaylee Jo Shepard.
Tyshawn Ramon Shelby.
Jacqueline Marie Shulgan.
Ryan Andrew Shemke.
Kamari McQueese Simmons.
Jakira Michaela Ayana Simmons.
Jenna Ellen Smallstig.
Latanya Nicole Slater.
Brittany Lene Smith.
The next graduate is Brendan Wayne Smith.
Giovanni Jermaine Smith-Lewis.
Darian Deshaun Smith.
Saad Sohail.
Emily Grace Cern.
Joelle Renee Stump.
Darian Reese Tyler Stanley.
Eliza Sumner Trailer.
Jayla Jamasha Suddeth.
Sean James Swain.
Michaela Taria Sumrall.
Kyle Martin Taylor.
Daniel Matthew Taylor.
Joshua William Terry.
Matthew Brian Taylor.
Jalen Thomas.
Bianca Kristen Thomas.
Haley Lynn Thompson.
Devin Kane Marshall Thompson.
Sheldon Lewis Tomaszewski.
Tyler Jacob Tipsward.
Lucille Turner.
Ethan Robert Trudell.
John Yukamaru II.
Pierce Blaine Till.
Genesis Cheyenne Vanette.
Michael Salvatore Van Ash.
Frederick Deshaun Walker Jr.
Gabrielle Adriana Waterlow.
Daviana Michelle Ware.
Brandon James Walls.
Deandro Watts.
Armand Brent Jarice Washington.
Jaden Alexandria Welch.
Ashley Marie Weisenbaugh.
Candace Renee White.
Noah Andreas Wells.
Madison Patricia White.
Kaylee Marie White.
Caitlin Paula Renee Whitefield.
Nadia May White.
Andrew Wade Wakarski.
Thank you.
Jason Jared White.
Deshaun Wilson.
Oh, really?
Fernando Lee Williams Jr.
Tamaya Lynn Wilson.
Kenneth William Wilson.
Deshaun Wright.
William Dion Love Woodruff.
Destiny Marie Jensen.
Alexander Nicholas Wyatt.
Kaylee Carolyn Zimmerman.
Joseph Cole Zarilli.
Farrell Young. and Trayvon Ballard. Please join me in congratulating this section of graduates.
Graduates may be seated. It is my honor now to call up our class president, Natalie, for the tassel ceremony. Natalie?
Graduating class of 2019, please rise. Now move your tassels from right to left. Congrats, we did it!